Everybody knows. Hello, Brain Candy Podcast, episode 849. I gave Sarah quite the fright.
Yeah, you just did, because you were like, what are we talking about today? And I was like, whoa, what you're supposed to be prepared on this one. What do you want? I got stuff, but it's going to be a wild episode.
Yeah, we can do it. It won't be good.
Right.
When I say we, I mean me. It's my episode. What are we going to talk about?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Well, we'll find out. Who knows?
I can't wait.
How are you?
Doing so good. I'm doing good because my house is almost done. And oh my gosh, guess what? I'm going to get a new car.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's cooking?
I know exactly what I'm getting. I'm getting
Subaru Outback.
No.
Lesbian edition.
But close.
What?
Toyota Tacoma truck.
That is a proper pickup.
Proper pickup with an extended cab and long bed that's at least 6 foot 2, with a camper shell on top so that I could camp out in the back. Yeah, baby.
Oh my God. For real, you could not pay me to drive that vehicle.
I was talking to my brothers about it, and they were like, I was like, is this the right thing to do? Is this because I'll be spending a little more on this car and blah, you know how I love to save and spend $0. And they were like, you've been talking about buying this car for 10 years more. Freaking A, just do it already. Yeah, one that I could camp in the back of, with real so when I go snowboarding.
Real what?
A real space and everything. So when I go snowboarding, I can have room to I can build it out. My brother has this in the back of his truck. It's like a wood platform, and you sleep on a foam mattress on top of it, and then underneath the platform is where you put all of the your snowboard, and you put all the gear, and you put all the cooking stuff, and then that just slides out.
Have you people heard of houses?
But that does me no good when I need to beat the crowds and get to the slope so I can be on the fresh pow.
Are you serious? You're going to sleep in the parking lot?
Absolutely, 100%. I will be sleeping. That is what I want the truck for. So that I was already getting up there at super early and sleeping in my car.
This is a cry for help.
This isn't a cry for help. This is a moment of rejoicing.
Listen, I love you. If you're happy, I'm happy. But you're telling me that in that parking lot are other people you?
Oh, yes.
What?
Yes.
Why do you think this is not addiction?
Well, it is, but I'm fine with it. It 100% is.
Good grief.
That's all I think about.
I cannot relate,
right?
But you seem really happy about it.
I'm so happy.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
And this is great for my plan to get you into a new lesbian relationship. Oh, because no man is
gonna want me.
A Tacoma?
I'm not doing it for the male gaze. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Or there's a whole community. I might I'm gonna meet my people. I'm gonna find a group of lesbian car campers.
Oh God.
Go car camping. And they don't all talk like that, obviously. It's what you got to do when you're doing.
All right, I have 2 things to tell you. I just thought of. Number 1, I wanted to tell you because I knew you'd laugh about. I put it on my Insta story, but it is true. How my goal to do this 1 pull up.
Oh yeah! Wait, 1 pull up or push up?
Pull up.
Okay. Oh my God, that is very hard. Yeah,
it's hard. It
so
doesn't
hard.
Sound hard. That's
Susie. It is very hard.
Okay. So that was my goal for this year. Here we are in September, and I keep trying to I go and try to test it, and I'm I'm not there yet, okay? And I was just laughing to myself about how I always say that the heaviest weight at the gym is the front door.
Yes.
Turns out not true.
It's actually your body weight.
The heaviest weight at the gym is the weight of pressure that women have, number 1, to be small and strong, which are in conflict.
That is the heaviest weight, Susie.
And then also actual weights.
Yeah.
But for real, like I was just like when I'm like hanging there like this, and I was like, Adam's like, okay, go, just do it, and I was like,
okay,
but,
yeah.
What
Continue.
is
Sorry.
this a pep talk?
No, yeah,
Go ahead.
It will
go.
be. But after you
Okay.
finish, what did Adam
just
say?
that he was thinking that it was the old like mind over matter.
No, it's mechanics. It's a muscle memory thing. Your muscles have literally never done that. So, what are you doing right now to attempt that pull up? What's your training regimen?
I have maintained my subscription to Copilot, so I have the personal trainer, and she knows this is my goal.
Yes.
So she tailors and I work out every day. I haven't missed a workout in 286 days.
Wow, that is amazing, and it shows. And yet, okay. Here, you need to be doing a very specific exercise.
Okay.
First of all, I'm going to send you a video by this guy who's like the pull-up, like master guru guy.
Okay.
So he teaches like these big bodybuilders how to, and he says that you don't try to, well, I know you're going for one, but he shows you how to position. You don't try to like keep going over and over. You do like one explosive one every time, and he shows you how to like get your body in the right position to do that.
Okay, I need that.
You need the understanding of the body alignment because it's different, and you've been using your muscles in a different way than like think about.
I need for that.
I think women do like the lift from the ground. You're lifting a child. You're carrying things like that. You're not pulling in that direction.
I'm never pulling.
So this is a muscle memory thing. So I'm going to send you that video. But what you're going to do is get the bands, those like bands, and you need to be practicing very assisted pull-ups. So you put those bands on that pull-up bar, and you put your foot in the bands, and you are doing it so you're not even. There's no way.
You're learning the motion and the memory of it.
Yes.
And then you can build up.
And then you're scaling. Every time you're just scaling. But you will not do a single one, especially from zero, from the dead hang, without that muscle memory, without that first.
That's great advice. Thank you.
The band, you know how you can like wrap it around a pole?
Yeah.
You like pull it through. And you can do multiple. You do enough so it equals your body weight. And it feels like, whoa, I'm like flying up. And then you take away one, and then you take away one, and then you go down to the smaller size. And next thing you know, you'll be like, oh, that was really easy.
Okay.
Watch.
Well, I'm going to do that.
You.
And my trainer said she adjusted some things. We're going to work on it. Whatever. I got time. But I tell this story because I just want to encourage people that as long as you're trying, you're not failing.
Right.
Even if it's December 31st and I still can't do one, I will not absolutely feel like a failure because I haven't missed one day. I'm still working towards it. And like, if I can't get there fast enough, that's all right.
That is great advice. And there's so much, that is, I think, a deeper version of it's not the destination, it's the journey.
Sarah taught me this. She taught me that you do not compare yourself to your ideal self. You compare yourself to yesterday.
Yes.
Susie yesterday was further away from that goal than Susie today.
Yes.
So it's all right. And it's hilarious. And if I'm going to do a video because it will crack you up of me attempting this, but it's not we can't do it all.
Right. And you can't do it all if you don't have the basic breakdown of what that movement is with your body, like putting your body in the right position. That is going to be, it's like watching somebody do a dance move and then you trying to replicate it. And it's like, oh my God, that feels so weird. That does not look the same.
You just didn't learn that move
yet. You didn't learn the move yet. Easy breezy. We got this.
Thanks, Sarah.
You can do it by Halloween.
Well, and truly the progress that I made too is like not feeling shame about it. Like I genuinely do not.
Good.
Because
that is
I'm working my butt off over here. I'm getting up at 4:35 every day.
Yeah. Going
to the gym, working out. That's awesome.
That is so awesome.
Okay,
good job, Sus.
Then the second story is about remember how I said how when you turn 45, you have to do either a colonoscopy or the thing where they send you a box.
Send in the poo, yes.
So they sent me the box and they wanted me to poo in this thing and send it back. Okay, that's all fine. I did it. Clean as a whistle. no colon cancer.
Okay.
Great.
This is good news.
I know.
Right.
This is great.
Off
But
to a good start.
I wish I would have saved it, but the instructions make you realize what is wrong with the world.
Oh my God. Susie, I'm actually upset you didn't say that.
I know.
What are you thinking? It's like you don't even know you host a podcast where you need, and one that we talk about poo stories.
I was so happy to get that poo in there and get it off.
Of course you were. Of course.
I
shouldn't
done with it.
pressure you when you're
But
feeling.
when you get it, you won't believe it because it's like,
Tell me.
it's practically at the level where they're like, don't eat your poop. Like the
Stop.
things that they have to tell people to not do. Like so you put this thing like under the toilet seat, but above
Okay.
the water.
Yeah.
right?
Like
you're
plastic
gonna take
catcher.
a dump in it.
Right.
And you're
Yeah.
sending the whole dump. It's not just like a little
What?
sample. You're sending the whole dump.
Oh, that is a detail that, oh God, I would be so aware of what I ate before somebody's.
And it
Sus,
does
this
say.
is so important to talk about. I'm so glad right now.
Yeah, because they're not like, just get a little sample and put it in this tube. It's like, dump in this bowl and then put it in this box and ship it. Freaking UPS. And
Oh, UPS is handling so much shit.
and they know what's in that box because they get so many of these. Like, it's the Cologuard box.
Oh my God.
And they're like,
thanks for the shit.
thanks. Okay, so you poop in this box.
Ooh, what are those boxes made? What? I have
There's
questions.
okay. Well, I have answers. So you poop in this box, and it says explicitly, don't put your toilet paper in the bowl.
Okay, well, I think that actually is a fair thing to say.
Who's doing that,
Dude, I wouldn't do that, but I can see myself wiping it, like instinctively doing it and then being like, fuck it, I'm not getting that out of there. That's in there. They're just going to have to take it with the TP.
Too late.
It's too late. It's in. I could
Wow.
see myself
All right.
do, or
Maybe
just be
what
like,
I think is obvious is not.
I don't know. You know those things where you're like, you've done it a million times, and then the first
muscle
time
memory
somebody
again.
yes, actually,
Yeah.
first time somebody tells you to do it different, you
hesitate.
you like do
Yeah.
something wrong. Like I could see me. That's classic Sarah. I'm gonna get a handful of shit. Is how this story ends.
Then you have to take this scooper thing and get a part of the poop and put it in in a separate tube, and it's like a chunk of your poop.
After you had to do this,
Yeah.
or I should say, how long are you going to wait before you go get any samples at the ice cream store?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Well, now.
Okay. It is the same scoop, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
It's
knew it
pretty
was going to
much-
be. It's like that.
Yeah.
Add a little bit of an angle. It looks like it's
Twisted around. Yeah, it's small.
it's
that.
like a little like a scoop that you'd
You
yeah.
have a little soft serve.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so then you have to pour this solution over the poo to preserve it whilst it's shipping.
I get what that is. That's like one of those like hydrophobic like trap. It like it probably keeps the scent in there and keeps
And it
anything
says
from like
if it doesn't cover all of your poo, it's okay.
oh.
They're like, don't worry about it. It's fine. Like it doesn't have to be submerged like the Titanic.
Okay, then maybe it's not like that. Okay, what the hell is that stuff then?
Yeah. I don't know. But this was the instructions were a
Science.
book. It was a booklet.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
You need them.
I want a booklet.
Yeah.
Because
You want details.
this is the exact opposite problem that I had when I was doing an enema for the first time, where I was like, I just got like basically IKEA instructions with no words and just like people figures. And then I want specifics. They said,
Okay,
I'll
but,
never
like-
forget. They said, lay on the ground or lay, and I said, fucking where? On my bed? On the actual ground? In the tub? What with what under me?
It said lay
what
on your
is this?
back.
It said lay on your back or lay on your side. That was it. And I'm like, fucking where? Yes. So I'm gonna need the details. So maybe I am the person who's thank you for this book. It's like the only time I'll read instructions. I won't read them.
Don't you ever look at these instructions and read these instructions or hear these instructions on an aeroplane and think like the old Jerry Seinfeld bit, oh, you lift up on the buckle. Like, we know how to put a seatbelt on.
I think I just had a realization that's making me have more empathy for all those situations. And this is terrible because it's actually going to take away some of my cynicism, maybe. That makes it hilarious when we roll our eyes at those instructions. Kind of like I think the thing that's different, I'm like, what's different? Why am I annoyed on an airplane when they do it? And why am I not in those situations?
In the bathroom.
It's the vulnerability thing. I think that the vulnerability takes away from our ability to like act rationally and maybe I don't know, it feels like there's a little bit of that panic.
You're like second guessing yourself?
Yeah. Where I need help.
Well, listen, I
something.
read through those directions. I mean, I wasn't skipping over anything. I didn't want to fuck up for sure. Because the last thing I need is to have to do this again.
Right. There's like that fear, like, oh, I gotta really make sure for this. Like, maybe that.
You are a rule follower.
I can see maybe if people are vulnerable on the airplane or feel like have a big fear of flying, that they could get on there if it's their first time ever and like forget and like not know how to use a seatbelt because they're so in their own head and panicky. In the same way, I've definitely done stupid things in those moments when I'm kind of panicky and feeling really vulnerable and like under pressure. So maybe, I don't know. I'm just,
Yeah, I think that's a very generous explanation.
Yeah.
Well, I just think, boy, are these people fucking idiots?
That's why I'm a therapist and
I am not. But I mean, I would say if I had to do it again, definitely gonna poop in a box. That colonoscopy is brutal, especially the prep the day before. Can't eat. You got to drink the chalk.
Oof. And good news. And you got great. That's so great. The good thing is you did it.
Thank you. Yeah.
That is what matters.
Mammograms, colonoscopies.
Look at that. On
Bite
top
the bullet,
of it.
people.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to leave this world.
I don't want you to either.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. Another thing that will be shipped, but is so much more delicious, is wild grain bread.
Yeah.
Because they ship the most luscious, fresh, baked goods, pastries, pastas, desserts, amazingness right to your door. And then whenever you want to eat it, you just bake it right then in like lickety split, like 20 minutes or whatevs. And then you get like a patisserie in your house.
It's the best. I can't tell you how often I fondly think back to the day when I made that shakshuka and ate.
I mean, that sounds so good.
Whole loaf
with
of
the
ciabatta.
old bread. Yeah,
it was so good.
It sounds so good.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's
3
that
square
bread,
a day. This girl,
because it's. I'm just looking for a reason to deliver, like it's basically an excuse to eat more bread.
Oh,
I'm looking for meals that are bread.
And it's easy on your tum-tum.
Yes.
It's not, garbage. This is the good stuff. They have the everything sourdough loaf, which is like an everything bagel, but a loaf of bread. Please forget
you love
it.
Tomato soup. That's your go-to, right? With that,
with the grilled cheese made out of that. Forget it.
Yeah.
The pasta's outstanding. The macarons, the
chocolate croissants,
chocolate chip cookies.
Oh,
chocolate croissants. Oh my
god. Yeah, I think we're hungry.
All right. For a limited time, you can get $30 off the first box, plus free croissants in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/braincandy to start your subscription. You heard us, free croissants in every box and $30 off your first box when you go to wildgrain.com/braincandy. That's wildgrain.com/braincandy. Or you can use promo code braincandy at checkout. Alrighty, moving on. Netflix has a new documentary out about one of my favorite topics, Apollo 13.
Oh, okay.
Have they like prompted you to watch it yet? Did they say like, Sarah?
No, not at all.
Oh my gosh, that's so rude.
They're busy prompting me with the new Outlast. Like it's kind of like Alone, but not as
we
good.
started that, and I was like, this is for the birds.
It is for the birds. It's like, don't feed me that shit when this is a poor man's Alone, and not even.
Yeah, it's
come
trashy.
On.
Alone.
It is. Mm-hmm. And the first season was a little better, but this next one, I'm like, nah, you lost me.
Yeah, you tell Netflix you would prefer Apollo 13.
Okay, yeah, I need to change my. I need to watch Apollo 13, I guess.
I just love these guys. You know.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, I talked to you about them before because I had watched a different documentary about them, and then I watched them on Johnny Carson.
Yes.
From when they got back from space, and I'm so moved by what they represent to me, which is excellence and humility at the same time.
Yes.
Which is so rare and special. And I love when it's usually like science people.
It is, because it's not, it's what you don't like about some of the athletes is that they don't have the humility side of it. Okay.
Yeah. Like,
but you know, recognize the excellence.
It's easy to get arrogant if you're like the best at.
I would be the most,
You're
I already am.
Funny combo though. You're a funny combo because you have that about you, like where you'll puff your chest like a peacock, but then you're also so self-deprecating. Well, and it's the best.
I know what I'm the best at.
Yeah, like you're just an ambassador of truth.
That's it. I'm gonna tell you. That's it. I also know what I'm terrible at. Okay.
It's not false modesty. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, this one was great as well. And what I liked, I always like when I learn new things from the same story. And in this case, it really showed the point of view of like the families that were left behind and what that felt like and how hard that would be as a spouse or a child of an astronaut to send your loved one off and not know if they're going to come back. And back, I don't know how it works now, but back in this era, they gave these people what they called a squawk box, and it sat in their house, and they could hear everything that was going on in the rocket.
No. That would be a nightmare.
Right?
With no context?
Right. They're just listening.
That would be
anxiety inducing, right?
Yes. Because you don't understand, like I said, the context in which everything is taking place and what's happening or what you're looking at.
Are always so calm that you think, is that an emergency or is that no big deal?
Right.
Because there's no way to tell, really. Even when he said, Houston, we've had a problem.
Right.
He didn't say it in a way that you think they're going to die, even though everyone that heard that knew in NASA and on that rocket, like they might very well die.
Absolutely. Oh my God. That's what I felt about how they responded when there was that sound in the ISS aboard that Boeing Starcraft or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes.
And that guy was like, are there any other sounds? The way he said it, I was like, that's like I'm staying calm, but I'm also panicking and need information. And I'm getting chills now talking about it because I can imagine it. It's like fear.
Yes.
Woo!
And it's like
hate it.
Truly life or death, but you cannot react in that way. You have to be calm and methodical to save lives, and that's what they did. And the fact that they got back to Earth is a freaking miracle and extraordinary, and I just love celebrating that.
Yeah.
And the Jim Lovell, he's the main guy that Tom Hanks played in the film. He is class act, just the salt of the earth. And I've tried to get an interview with him, but like NASA is ignoring me, which is super rude, NASA.
That is something not very many of us can say.
He's like 97 or something. And I'm just so like, funny. Well, why doesn't he want to talk to me? Like, hello. But anyway, I really want to celebrate these people. It's
but
really
you know
fun.
What you could do? You don't have to go through NASA. Does he have any children or grandchildren?
He has kids. But
okay, because stories about Grandpa, that's who you hit up.
Yeah, okay.
The grandkids who are probably closer to maybe our age or like a little younger. And then you are like, hey, what do you got? You know, kind of like how celebrity kids are like telling everything.
Yeah, right.
That's who you hit up.
All right. Okay. that's plan B.
Yeah.
But anyway, you should watch that. It's so great.
Yeah. I think it's great when we just celebrate astronauts and all of that, especially when you have these people out there claiming that we're or trying to think that we're living on a flat Earth or something like that. When you have flat Earthers, I think it's very important to continue to make documentaries about the people in science who know the answers.
Like coordinated global conspiracy that it's round.
Right. Could you imagine all these the 97-year-old
of
astronaut.
all the lies to come up with?
Right.
That's what we're going all in on.
Right. And spending trillions to keep it under wraps.
Did you read about that story about the flight? It was in Asia, and there was like an annoying toddler baby. Yeah, toddler. And like strangers decided to like take the toddler into a bathroom and like teach it a lesson.
No.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
They asked the caregiver, hey, I don't know if it was a mom or grandma or whatever, but they were like, hey, can we take this brat and show her who's boss?
How old was this kid?
I think it was 2. Something
That's too
about
young.
that. Yeah. It's too young.
It's too young
45.
and inappropriate at every age. I'm sorry. I don't know. I could see the situation where mom is okay. Why I say it is like my mom, single mom, 3 kids, neurodivergent children who are just like, it was hard, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
In many ways. And so it's very funny that Lucas is a firefighter because sometimes when she would just get to her like wit's end, she would take us to the police department or fire department and be like, tell them to listen to me. Tell them to stop being crazy. And she would outsource her parenting to the police and the fire department. She'd be like, she wouldn't call them. She would drive us there and be like,
I want to outsource my parenting to your mom.
She would love that.
Oh my God.
She would love that.
Because she's real good at it if you're any indication and your family. Because, I mean, some days I get it. You feel like I'm out of ideas over here.
And I could see that, be like, okay, guys, I'll send you. I have a very funny photo of Jordan and I pretending to be handcuffed.
Wait, because the police put them on?
I think, yeah. I think we were in here. I think
you deserved it.
I probably, but
you
I'm like all smiles.
Lesson.
Yeah, like that. So maybe I didn't. But yeah, so I can see in a situation where she is just so overwhelmed and feels like I need help.
I don't even think she was asking though. I think this was a case of you're on the airplane. This kid's having a tantrum. Everyone's fed up. I mean, we've all been there. Like, it's not pleasant.
Let me fucking do it.
Right. And this woman, the one that put her in the bathroom, said she prefers to take action rather than be a bystander. This is her saying this. She's like, I prefer to take action.
That is not the action. That's like
it's not your place.
Right. That's like the woman who's like Karen, who's like calling the police saying that there's a person who doesn't look like they belong in the neighborhood. Saying, oh, I'm taking action. Fuck off. You're not taking action. You're not minding your own damn business is what you're doing. That's what I feel.
She said, I just wanted to calm the child down and let everyone rest. So they act like they're like,
oh, she's also
doing the Lord's
like,
work.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like helping the people. No, I'm sorry. This is.
And she said that this child was so disruptive that some of the passengers had moved to the back of the plane to escape the noise and others were stuffing tissues in their ears, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care.
I don't care either.
What are you doing? What happened in that bathroom?
I want to know too.
And like, how did the kid react?
Right.
Did it actually solve
the problem? Did it work? Yeah.
Right. So we don't know the answers there.
That is crazy behavior, but like not against the law.
That's right. If the guardian is consenting.
Right.
That's fucked up.
I know. And I know
even
you can't make a law about that. But
I think in the article,
weird.
I think that the flight attendants were even like, yeah, we like kind of like this kid must have been a real terror.
Must have.
Because if the flight attendants were like, meh. Okay. Anyway, moving on. There's nothing more to that story. I just think it's funny.
Yeah. Well, it's not like she went in there and beat the child or something like that. She just, right. Well, I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
Because I want to know.
All right.
The most effective, I had a little girl that I nannied for, and her parents were like, she just destroys every babysitter. Like, they don't last. She drives them out of here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I got this. And she would do this thing where, and she was way too old to do this. She was probably like 9 or 10. And she's doing it because it worked, where she would just start to do like a thing, and was like way too old to be doing that. And she did it one time, and I did it right back to her. And I just copied her, and I just kept doing it. And she got so annoyed with me, she never did it ever again, ever.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, pretty annoying, huh?
You're like the fucking badass Mary Poppins.
And it was the best. And I'm still in touch with the mom to this day. And daughter plays water polo and has tattoos. So basically, I...
brainwashed.
Yeah. I had a positive influence, is what I'm saying.
We are also brainwashed about Thrive Cosmetics.
Oh,
There's
my
no
gosh.
turning back.
Absolutely.
We're in the cult.
I'm in the cult. Hello. The lipstick? I am obsessed with all of our clips with me with the red lips. I'm like, thank God I was extra hilarious when I looked super cute.
Totally.
I was really like, I couldn't have been funnier on a better day. Because that lipstick was serving everything.
You're like, whoosh.
Yes. So good.
Thank you, Thrive. You're making our clips amazing with your outstanding products. The Empower Matte Precision Lipstick Crayon. That's what Sarah was wearing in color Linda. And it was like out of this world. And it stays all day, 12 hours. Not drying. Amazing. They have the Brilliant Eye Brightener. They have the Tubing Mascara Liquid Lash Extensions is what it's called. All of it's amazing. Refresh your everyday look with Thrive Cosmetics. Beauty that gives back. Right now, you can get an exclusive 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/braincandy. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/braincandy for 20% off your first order. I can't say enough good things about them. Okay.
Fabulous.
I watched a 30 for 30 called Catching Hell. And this was about something that is totally relatable. When you go to a baseball game and they hit a foul ball.
Yeah.
And then, it might come at you and like...
It's terrifying.
Yeah, I know. I get scared.
Sus, I was just at a baseball game with my friend Jessie, and we were
in the line
amazing
of fire
seats, but also terrified the whole time. We're like, okay, look alive, everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why these people that love it and invite it, I'm just like, clearly their eyes are better than mine because I can't see that ball and it's going to hit me on the noggin.
And the sun and like we're blind. No.
Okay, so this was that scenario.
Ooh.
Except this was in the sort of lead up to the World Series, and the ball gets hit. It's a foul ball. And this person, all these people are clamoring to like catch it, of course. And they're kind of like leaning over to try to get it. And one guy does. Unbeknownst to him, just below him on the field is the player trying to catch the ball.
Oh, I saw that. I haven't seen a 30 for 30, but I've seen this clip.
It's a famous moment. And that's what's insane about it is that you've seen it because it is so well known that this guy is seen as ruining like the Chicago freaking Cubs.
I'm sick.
Like chances at the World Series. Like he has been told by millions of people that he ruined, and he's a Cubs fan. He loves them. Okay.
Talk about so you've been publicly shamed.
Sarah, it is really upsetting. I had never heard of this because sports.
Sports, right. Meanwhile, she's literally like a sports expert. Like you have more knowledge of the inside world of sports.
Well, this is why I need somebody to watch sports with me and tell me why to care. Why do I care about this play? That's what documentaries do.
Oh, yeah,
They're like, you're not going to believe this. This guy's dad died yesterday. And, then I'm into it.
Yes. Okay. You want
I
the
need the
backstory.
context.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy catches this ball that would have probably, changed the game. And he is this meek, regular old, sweet fan of the Cubs. So much so, those weirdos that like go to the games but also listen to like the commentary in their ears?
Yeah.
He was wearing like Walkman headphones, listening to the commentary whilst becoming the content of that commentary.
Oh my God.
They start throwing beer on this guy, and he's sitting there in his fucking annoying, like, nerdy turtleneck and like glasses and the headphones, like a total dork.
Yeah.
And they want to murder him.
Oh my God. Dude, he should leave. Like, what are you going to do?
Okay.
Fuck, what are you going to do?
So they have to, the Fenway or whatever has to send security.
Of course
to get him out of there. He doesn't even really know what the big deal is.
Right. Oh my God.
And
this is
so
wild.
you can hear on the footage people being like, put a shotgun in your mouth. We're going to kill you. You should kill yourself. Like horrible, terrible things.
I'm sick over that.
Okay. So finally they have to put him in a disguise to get him out of that park and get him home safe. From that moment on, he has not been seen from again. To this day, in public.
Oh my God.
He turned down hundreds of $1,000s for a Super Bowl commercial. All these deals that were like, we'll give you this.
I'm very sad for him.
He won't do it. He put out like a statement saying how sorry he was and how much.
Oh my God.
Sarah,
I can't take it.
What is wrong with people?
I'm actually like, oh my God, we destroyed a human.
A human.
We really did with that.
For
that
what?
I have regret, and wasn't even part of this. I have like those feelings of, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done?
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like human beings are so, that mob mentality, especially with regards to sports, especially when people are drinking, and especially when it's like seen as so consequential because they did end up losing everything but all these other errors that happened in the games were forgotten.
Right.
Like it became symbolic.
Yeah.
And like it's instinct. If a ball's coming at you, you're going to try to catch it.
Of course you are. And
And there's a dozen other people trying to get the ball. They just didn't get it.
And it's so, it's like that, what you worry about being like convicted of a crime you didn't commit.
Yes, literally, I thought about that.
That is what I'm thinking. That is what it's like. This is like not relatable, but also relatable in the feeling of fear about like being scared about this, because you can see that literally no harm was meant, especially with his reaction and how like, oh my God.
And like, okay, so the word scapegoat is biblical. It comes from the book of Leviticus. It's an actual thing that they did in the Bible. They would pick a goat and then sacrifice it. And they would put all of the sins of people onto this goat. And then the goat would die. And so your sins would die with it. And so you're choosing like this innocent thing to take upon all of this bad stuff. And like, that's what he became. He's just this like innocent guy that just like made a mistake, a little nothing.
An error, which is they literally have that as something that they score all the other players on because it's so common.
Good point.
It's so common. That's a name for it in baseball.
And do you know how many times they had to watch it to even see? Because there's like a gray area. Yeah. If the player kind of reaches into the stands, that's one thing. If the people in attendance reach out, that's another thing. So you have to determine if there's interference here. Yeah. And it depends on like the exact location. Yeah. And it's so gray in this case that like you don't really even know who's reaching over what. They're like met in the middle. Oh. You know? Yeah. And so if it's that ambiguous, let the guy off.
Let the guy
hook.
off, like tie goes to the runner kind of thing. Let the one who's benefits most from the call in their favor, which is like help the guy out. There's so many baseball references that I could keep using in this story. Come on.
Anyway,
for somebody who knows nothing about baseball.
Right, and that's how I feel. It's like I don't know about sports, but I know about people, and I know that this is a representation of the way that humans can behave and the way that we can turn on each other unfairly.
This makes me sad.
I know.
I
you
have
gotta watch
sadness in my heart. Like, I have that feeling of I want to cry right now.
And like, I want to see it. He's okay.
Is that on? Yes, it is.
Is there like a button?
No. I was like, did it?
Oh,
I just put it on today. I was like, did it fall off or something?
Like,
because let me tell you, the second that is out, instant tears over the smallest little thing. So I was like, oh shit, maybe it fell off. Because why am I crying about this? But I want to cry right now for this guy.
Well, anyway, I'm sorry to keep going on about it. I just I feel really bad for him, and I hope he's okay. And he's such a noble guy. He turned down all these riches because he just wanted the Cubs to win. He didn't want to be mixed up in all this. Anyway, it was really good and made me sad.
Yeah, I bet.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Of course.
Okay. That one's called Catching Hell.
This is good to know. I feel like it's upping my ability to do sports trivia on trivia nights too.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
Yeah, we'll get there.
We're going to get there. We know a lot now.
That is a weak spot. I'm always thankful in Trivial Pursuit that it's sports and leisure.
Yeah.
I'm like fingers
I lean
crossed
heavy into leisure.
for leisure.
Yeah.
Did you read about the woman that ordered that like novelty croissant lamp from Temu?
No, but I know of
those.
these. I know the croissant lamp, and I just feel terrible for the artist who created it, who has now been the original one was sold in the Museum of Modern Art. It's this really cool. It's like a real croissant that you can she poured resin over. It's a woman, of course. They stole it from women, and she creates these amazing, there's a baguette. There's all these really cool
it's really
ones.
funny that you say that it's a real croissant with resin over it, because evidently that's also what Temu is doing.
Oh no, they really tried to duplicate it, but there are obviously other steps to the process that she has mastered. And this is why you get an art degree and you do these things, not do them in fast fashion
This
factories.
lady ordered one, and it was like a hot day, and then she came home and all these ants were all over her croissant lamp.
No!
So she broke it open. She was like, I almost think this is a real croissant. And she breaks it open. She's like, that looks like a croissant. And then she did the ultimate test.
She ate it?
She ate it.
Oh, no. Why
like,
would you do that? There's so many other ways to test things, but that is why, lady.
She confirmed it was a real croissant. So if you're buying on Temu, just buyer beware.
Just don't.
Just also don't do that. Okay, there was this guy who was in the shower and was doing that thing that men do because they're disgusting, where they blow crap out of their nose.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what is going on.
Right.
The other day, Lincoln goes, Dada sure takes loud showers.
Men are so fucking loud in the shower.
What is
My dad
happening
was
in
like
there?
that too, and we would always talk about that. We'd be like, "What the fuck what is going on in there?"
But for real, what is going on?
Okay, here's my theory. Here I'm gonna just we're
God,
Sarah's
I'm
got a theory.
dying. Okay.
Could it be that the steam from the shower loosens up the mucus from mucosal membranes, and then there's the need to clear it out, and they don't know how to make any other noise besides a quiet one when they do that? Or besides a loud one?
Yeah, yes. That is exactly what's happening, and I don't understand it, because we all have, what do you call them, mucosal?
Yeah,
mucous
membranes.
We all have those, and mine is quiet.
Right.
Whatever I'm doing in the shower / bath, let's be honest, is quiet.
Right.
Behaviors.
Well, we need, because I'm a shower, because I go 50-50, but we need our like a group of female showerers.
There's no way they're doing what men are doing. But anyway, I'll let it go.
They're not.
We'll get it. We'll do a poll or something because I'm telling you, it's so like, it's just noisy and I don't like it. Okay. So in this case, this guy was doing that and he does the old like,
yeah.
And then out comes a Lego that he had stuck up there 30 years before.
No. Okay. This makes me wonder what's in my head right now.
For real.
Susie.
Okay.
Susie.
Mm-hmm. It came flying out and he was like, what the heck?
You wouldn't notice a fucking Lego in your head?
He knew that it was in there and he claims that his mom thought she got it out.
Nope. You don't think. I'm sorry. You don't think you got the Lego out.
Where's
you
the
either
ambiguity
did or
here?
you didn't. And that's one of those things where if it like you thought it went flying under the couch because you pulled too hard, you fucking move the couch and you look and you go find whatever because you're like, it's not out until I see it. That's like the rule with everything. I got to see the thing to know that can't stop picking in my face until something comes out of there. That's like the whole thing.
Listen, how either his mom lied to him.
Yeah, she did.
Or she is a moron.
Oof.
Because there is no mistaking whether you got a Lego out or not.
What do you think it is? You think she's a moron?
Unless it was broken.
Oh,
and then she got part of it.
Very good question. And she got half of it out. And then it's like, I think I got it.
Half.
But I think I got it is because I'm okay.
Okay, but then
also here's the other question. She might be a moron because then you go to the doctor.
Yeah.
If a child says I stuck something up my nose and you got half of it out, let's assume, like be very generous and say it broke and she got half of it, then you go to there's no situation in 1 million billion years where I would not take that child to the emergency room. And it's not like this took place. If it's 30 years ago, then that child was the same age as like my brothers. That Jordan doing that. We went to the ER. Lucas stuck a piece of a sponge up his nose, and we didn't notice for 3 months. And we only noticed because he started to smell weird, and we couldn't figure out why he smelled so fucking bad. Then we went to the doctor. They stuck a big, huge thing up there, pull it out, and out comes a piece of blue or yellow. I can't remember the color, but sponge, like your kitchen sponge that he had stuck up there that was growing mold and stuff and like growing weird things on it because it was fucking a moldy sponge.
Sick. Can you imagine?
Disgusting.
He says that.
Oh my God.
He's so excited because he said, I can finally breathe out of that nostril again.
Oh my God.
Think of how great his life could have been if he had known this sooner. Like, we should mourn the death of the person that he could have been.
Right.
If that Lego were not up his fucking nose. I guess I wanted to joke about that kid that broke the Bronze Age jar at the museum.
I saw you tag me in this, and I was just like, I can't even read it. Oh, no. Because I hate when they do this.
All right.
I hate it. And then the museums are like,
that is what's crazy. So here's what happened. This little doofus broke this vase from the Bronze Age at a museum. But I hate to victim blame, but really I feel like the public is the victim because we're the ones that don't get to see the darn jar now. The museum are the doofuses who left it out like pretty much in the foyer, like when you go in, like the lobby area.
Yeah.
Without any partition or anything. What do you think's going to happen?
I feel like this is the opposite of the ball catching incident where there was outrage and we're like, whoa, this is a person like with the best intentions, da-da-da. This is like somebody who's being totally careless at like a child, of course, but like parents are not watching. There's a lot of carelessness happening.
Yeah.
Like, and then we should be outraged at this. We should be like, oh my God, there's destroyed art from the Bronze Age. We're never going to get that back. And meanwhile, we're like, meh, it's fine.
And that's what the museum statement sort of was. It was like, easy come, easy go.
Do you think it's because a lot of this was the ways that most museum art, everything in there was acquired is questionable and sus to begin with? Like, that they're like, better you guys come after it than the actual owners of that who we stole it from.
Let me put it this way. It seems like if it were worth a lot of money, they'd be a little more protective of it. Like maybe it's like nobody's fake.
Okay, hot take.
Well,
Love it.
Why aren't you more upset?
Maybe because nobody gives a fuck about pottery from the Bronze Age, but if it were something like a Warhol or it's like, well, let me get in line to see the Bronze Age pottery. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's like, I came to this museum for the Bronze Age wing.
That's true.
Could you even tell me what Bronze Age art fucking looks like? No, there's like 4 people who can.
It's just like a one brown
and everybody's
base.
thinking it's like bronze, but I don't even think that's the answer. That's correct. I think like there's like more to it than that, probably.
Yeah. What if everything in their collection was literally bronze?
I know that some people listening, myself included, are thinking that is probably what that wing would consist of. So, come on.
Well, in this case, it was just like 3 vases. I don't know what was
funny.
biggest or whatever, but the dad was a real dickhead about it, and he was just sort of like...
That surprises no one.
I know. That's how this happens.
Yeah. Shocker. The parents who don't care enough to control their children in an art museum don't care that their child ruined something in an art museum.
And the dad was like, when I saw that it was broken and my son was standing right there, I thought, what child did this?
Oh,
for real.
That is like...
I would love to live in that kind of ignorant bliss.
Was mom there?
It doesn't sound like it.
Okay. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall.
She's at the custody hearings, though.
Getting home from that little outing with dad. Yep. One of 2 situations. They're married and it's hilarious, going to be hilarious, and or they're divorced, in which case
is the only way that a man's taking his kid by himself to the museum.
A man that acts like that at museums. I mean, it'd be one thing if he was like, oh my God, I can't. His reaction shows you how he feels about museums, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was killing time, man.
Yeah, there's a children's there's like there was a children's wing and children's, zone that I could see this.
Anyway, I feel like maybe it's the case that the museums kind of like want this to happen because then they get the insurance money and they're like, we don't fucking care about a bronze vase.
Ooh,
Bronze
another hot
age
take.
Vase. You know what I mean? But they get like $1 gazillion and then they can buy a Warhol.
I love that Susie's just imagining museum owners as like Montgomery Burns from The Simpsons. That's like just like counting their money, like
totally.
Like that's how. Meanwhile, they're probably just like old elderly people who are just like docents, like patrons of the arts, like who just really are just like grandparents,
That's so true. They're probably just really caring and being like, you know what, accidents happen.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm like, so what's in it for you?
Right. Like, big museum is clearly trying to get the payout. Like,
all right, let's wrap it up. That was funny.
Gosh.
I love you all. This was great.
So funny.
Sarah's getting her Butch
vehicle.
Getting my
Butch truck.
Are you getting it like super like souped up?
No, don't. And let's not get crazy, people. I'm getting a used one. And I even talked with like my financial advisor. It was like,
oh my God,
and she's like, maybe you could be even more practical and get one that's like maybe a year or 2 old. And I was like, girl, It's me you're talking to. I'm getting one that's like 4 or 5 years old. Those things will run forever.
She's getting the 2020 model.
Yeah, I'm like, no problem. That's it. All I needed to do is be the right size and shape, and that's it. So,
oh my God,
we're being very
I cannot
frugal
wait
with this,
to hop into that bad boy.
Oh yeah, we're going off road, and it's going to be awesome.
That will be funny.
Well, thank you. I'm just sick and tired of waiting for the person that I date to have the car that takes me the places that I want to go. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm going to get the car.
That's a great point.
Will take me the places that I want to go, and I don't need the partner to do it. I don't need the boyfriend with the cool car. I have the cool car.
Absolutely.
The
Sarah,
end. That's why I'm doing that.
I love it. I mean it. That's such a good point.
Yeah, now Susie's like, get that truck.
Yeah,
let's do it. Yeah, she's like, powder season, here we go.
And if any of you are taking the Cologuard test, please send pictures of the instruction manual that I stupidly threw away.
Yeah. I'm sure that's a Googleable thing. They got all those things online. You know, you got like, oh, I lost it. I got to like have the e-manual.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Okay. If your kid's a dickhead on the airplane, just watch for any like people that think they're intervening on behalf of everyone. It's weird. Yeah. Apollo 13, I love you, Jim Lovell. Call me back.
Call me.
Don't buy any lamps on Temu.
No, or anything.
Or put a Lego up your nose.
Or,
Those are my lessons for today.
Good lessons. Good lessons. Good episode. Good job.
Good episode. Thank you all. We'll see you next time. Bye.